Hello everyone, so my name is Shivakumar Shingo. So today I am going to discuss a new chapter, that is leveling. Okay, so let's start. So what is the objective of the leveling? Look, the primary aim of leveling is to determine the relative heights of different objects on or below the surface of the earth, and also to determine the undulation of the ground surface. So what it says that we know suppose this is the ground surface. Now if we need to determine the elevation of this point, suppose this is point A, suppose this is point B, and suppose this is point C. Now to determine the level, that means the elevation of this point, so definitely when I am going to measure the elevation of this particular point, so I need to consider a fixed level, right? So there are some fixed levels is there. So from that level we always measure the elevation. So for this case this is the value of the elevation, for this case this is the value of the elevation, and for this case this is the value of the elevation. Now there are some fixed terms are there, that is called the reduced level. Okay, so whatever the value that we get, that is the actually value of the reduced level. Okay, so reduced level means what? It is actually the height from the fixed level, or you can say the datum, that is called the datum surface. Okay, so from the datum surface, whatever the vertical height of this point, suppose C, B or A, that is actually called the reduced level of that particular point. Suppose that is for C or B or A. Okay, and the datum surface in India currently it is in Mumbai, which is the mean sea level. So whenever we are going to determine the reduced level of any point on the surface of the earth, on or below the surface of the earth, we always need to measure that from the mean sea level at currently it is in Mumbai. Okay, so yeah, that is the primary objective to determine the for the leveling. Okay, now what are the uses for the leveling? To prepare a contour map for fixing sites for reservoirs, dams, barrages, etc., to fix the alignment of roads, railways and irrigation canals and so on. So there are various engineering construction purposes we use the leveling, mainly focusing on the contour map. So what is a contour map? So suppose we have some various points on the surface or below the surface of the earth, and if the points are having same RL means what? That is actually the perpendicular height from the mean sea level, that means from the datum surface to that particular point. So suppose this is the datum surface and these are the points over the surface of the earth. Okay, now if we connect these lines with a virtual line, that means this is the plan view. Suppose this is the plan and this is the elevation. Now if we connect, these are the points. Okay, so these are the points and these are also same points. Now if we connect these points with a virtual imaginary line, here it will be also look like a single line, right? Because this is the elevation view and each points are having same RL, the height of the points, that means the perpendicular height of these points from the datum surface, this is the datum surface, are equal for each points. Okay, so that is why this line is connected with the points. Okay, and this type of the map which shows this kind of lines, and also the RL value should be defined in this contour line. Okay, so suppose the RL value for this particular contour line is 30 meter. So the reduced level of each points on this line is, the value is 30 meter. Suppose there are another line is there like this. Okay, so if the RL value is less than this, suppose 20 meter, so the shape will be something like this, right? Because the height of these points are 30 meter and height of this point is 20 meter. So in this way if we can prepare this contour map it will be easier to make construction, any kind of engineering construction on that area, right? So if we have this kind of contour map, so definitely we need to fill this particular area, then only we can make the construction, right? So definitely it will help at the time of construction. Now if we have the opposite thing, suppose this one is 30 and this one is 40, then the shape will be how, like what? Then the shape will be something like this, right? So that means what? So we need to excavate this particular area, and then only we can make the level surface, then only we can make the construction, right? Because it is very much elevated in this particular area. So by using the contour map, we can it will be easier to make the construction. So that is a very important thing, to prepare a contour map. Also, to determine the altitudes of different important points on a hill, or to know the RL of different points. So yeah, RL of different points you already can determine by using the leveling, and it is very much important for the construction also. To prepare the longitudinal section and cross section of a project work, to determine the volume of earthwork. So it already completed in the contour map. So if you can prepare the contour map, we can do all these 2, 3, all these points, okay. And also we can prepare a layout map, as we already know different points and the value of the RL of those points. So we can prepare the layout map for that, okay. Let's go to the next part, definition. So this is very much important. So what is leveling? So this is basically the art of determining the relative heights of different points on or below the surface of the earth, and that is known as the leveling. So you can see this diagram, it shows all the important points that are uses for the leveling. I am coming one by one. So first one is the level surface. So any surface parallel to the mean spheroidal surface of the earth is said to be a level surface. So in this diagram you can see this is the mean spheroidal surface. Now the parallel surface of this mean spheroidal surface, the primary one, you can see this is the mean sea level, and or you can say the water surface of a still lake. That means the you already know for the still lake the water surface is static, right? So that is why this particular surface you can consider as a level surface. And also you can take the surface where the level line in present, okay, that is also parallel to the mean spheroidal surface, and that can be also represented by the level surface, okay. Now what is the level line? So as we already know what is the level surface, so any line which is present on this level surface, or you can say the line on this level surface, that is called the level line. Horizontal plane. So you can see this is the horizontal plane, and this is basically tangential to the level line, or you can say in the level surface, and also it is perpendicular to the vertical line. So any plane tangential to the level surface at any point is known as the horizontal plane, okay. This is the horizontal plane. Horizontal line. So any line lying on the horizontal plane. So yeah, if this is the horizontal surface, and any line which is present or lie on the horizontal surface, that is called the horizontal surface, and this is actually tangential also, okay. Now what is vertical line? So the direction indicated by the plumb line. So you can see this is a plumb bob. Now if you see any kind of construction site, and there this particular thing is always used for the centering purposes. So the direction of the the direction indicated by the plumb line, the direction of the gravity actually is known as the vertical line, okay. And this line is also perpendicular to the horizontal line that I already told earlier. So vertical plane. What is the vertical plane? Any plane passing through the vertical line is known as the vertical plane. So suppose there are some suppose this is the plane. Suppose this is the plane, and this plane is passing through this vertical line. So this particular plane is said to be a vertical plane. Understood? Now what is datum surface or line? So datum surface is very much important, because whatever the thing we have discussing in this particular chapter, that is called a leveling, right? So leveling means we need to determine some levels. So yeah, in this particular diagram you can see mean sea level is there, and that is the actually datum surface or datum line. In India it is currently in Mumbai. Okay, so mean sea level currently it is in Mumbai. That particular level we considered as a datum surface or line. So wherever the place, suppose this is a place, this is place A, and we need to determine the RL value of this place A. So what we need to do, we need to take the measurement of from this mean sea level, and that particular height is said to be a RL of that point A. Okay, very simple. Now reduced level, I already mentioned all these things, but yeah, I will repeat this. So reduced level, it is actually the vertical distance of a point above or below the datum line is known as the reduced level. It may be positive or negative. So if you follow this diagram, suppose we need to measure the reduced level of this particular point. So this is actually below the mean sea level, right, which is the datum surface. So definitely the value of this is will be this particular height, and it will be negative as it is below the mean sea level. And if you need to measure the RL value of this point, so it will be something higher than this mean sea level, right? So then definitely it will give the positive value. So in this way we can determine the value of the reduced level. Okay, so it may be positive or negative. Line of collimation. So what is the line of collimation? It is actually the imaginary line which passes through the intersection of the crosshairs and the optical center of the object glass. Now before coming to this, I need to show you the instrument which is used for the leveling. So there are various instruments are there. Now auto level and dumpy level. Now we are considered the auto level because currently we are using the auto level for the purpose of leveling. Also there are some advanced instruments are there like total station, but yeah, mainly to determine the leveling we use the auto level. Okay, so this is the image, and if you make the section of that instrument, this is the actually cross sectional view of an auto level, and this is how it works. So we basically see from this particular side. Okay, now this is actually the you can see the eye vein, and here it is the object vein. So there are some object glass is there. You can see this is the optical center of the object glass. So optical center of the object glass, in this the center portion where the you can see the line is passes through, and in this side the crosshair is present. So it is actually the imaginary line, that means this is the red line you can see, which passes through the optical center of the object glass. This is the optical center of the object glass. Okay, and intersection of the crosshair, that means this is the intersection of the crosshair. So this is the horizontal line, and that line is called the line of collimation. Okay, now what is benchmark? So benchmark is nothing but a known point which are having the fixed RL. That means suppose this is a sectional view of a land. Okay, now suppose we need to determine the level of this point. Suppose this point, and the level at this point is already known. So this is suppose A and this is B. Okay, now we fix the instrument at this particular point. Suppose this is the instrument. Now what we need to do is, initially we need to make take a staff reading at this point A, and we will get the height of the instrument. So suppose the initial first reading, this is the initial first reading, and suppose this is 5, and the bench, this is actually the A point, and this is the benchmark. Okay, so if the point A is the benchmark, so the RL value that we already known, right? So suppose this is 100. So the initial, that means the RL value of this particular point, it is 100. That means there is some datum surface, and from the datum surface the height of this point A, that is 100. Now when we take the backside reading, or you can say the initial first reading, that will give the value 5. Now if we add this particular value, that means 5, with the value of RL of this A point, we will get the RL of this height of instrument, that means this level, that will be 105, because up to this point, that is 100, and if we add this particular height, that is 5, so this is 105 level. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to measure the RL of this B point. Okay, then I will shift my staff over here. Okay, now I will take the reading in this side. Okay, so I will get another value, that means this particular height, suppose that is x. So what will be the value of the RL at point B? That will be simple 105 minus x. So in this way we can determine the value of the reduced level with respect to some benchmark. Okay, so that is why the benchmark is very much important. Okay, so there are various types of benchmarks are there. Okay, so what are they? First one is the GTS benchmark. That means, what is the full form of GTS? That is Great Trigonometrical Survey, and which is established by Survey of India for India. Okay, now what are others? Like permanent benchmark. So this is actually established by the government department like PWD. Okay, so what they consider for determination of this permanent benchmark, they also consider the GTS benchmark, and considering this GTS benchmark, they make another reference benchmark, and that is also the permanent benchmark. That means that can be also used for the construction. Arbitrary benchmark. So arbitrary benchmark means it is actually assumed. So suppose we have 3 points A, B and C. So I know the value of the RL of A point, also the C point. So this B point is generally assumed. So the assumed benchmark, that is called the arbitrary benchmark. Now what is the temporary benchmark? When the benchmark are established temporarily at the end of a day's work, they are said to be a temporary benchmark. Okay, so let's see some images of various types of benchmarks. So this is actually the GTS benchmark developed by the Great Trigonometrical Survey, Survey of India. Okay, you can see in the railway station, in the railway platforms, this value is given MSL plus 19.354 for Vijayawada Junction. These are the permanent benchmark. These are developed by various countries, and this is the temporary benchmark that I have told earlier. So what is the backside reading? So as I already told earlier, it is the first staff reading taken in any setup of the instrument after the leveling has been perfectly done. So firstly, the leveling has to be done perfectly. So you can see this is the instrument station. So here this is the instrument and this is the tripod stand. The total structure is fixed, and also it is leveled and centered right now. And suppose this is the benchmark. So as this is the benchmark, the RL value should be known at this point, right? So suppose the RL value is 200. So the initial first reading, so this is the first reading that I am going to take. Okay, so first reading, the value of the first reading will be this much. So this will be suppose considered as x. Okay, so the value that we get, that is x. So what will we, after determination of this backside reading, we will get the value of the height of instrument. So the height of instrument will be 200 plus x. Okay, so this is the concept of backside reading. This is a foresight reading I am coming later on. So what is the foresight reading? It is the last staff reading taken at any setup of the instrument, and it indicates the shifting of the instrument. So backside reading I already told, this is the initial first staff reading, right? And considering this one is the benchmark, we have assumed the value, the 100, and assume the backside reading value, that is 5. So the height of instrument becomes 100 plus 5, right? Now foresight reading. So here you can see this is the last staff reading at any setup of the instrument. So here it is the instrument and it is the last staff reading. Now how will it know that it is the last or first? Look, here no other readings are given, so that is why if the first one is the backside, so other will be foresight. Okay, now if some other readings are taken, suppose in these places, suppose that is O and this is A, so in these places the value of these two readings will be this one and that will be termed as the intermediate sight reading. Okay, so if you subtract the value of intermediate sight reading, suppose this is 2 and this is 3 from this height of instrument, so this is become 105. So the RL at O will be 105 minus the intermediate sight reading, that is 2, and that will be 103. RL at A will be, RL at point A will be 105 minus 3, 105 minus 3, that means 102. So in this way various points can be determined, that means the RL value of various points can be determined by taking the intermediate sight readings. Okay, now in this case, that means the point TP, you can see this is the point TP. So if you consider the value of the foresight reading, the FS is 6. So the value of the TP, that means the RL value at TP, what will be the value? 105 minus 6, that will be 99. Now the question is, why we need to change the instrument, why we need to shift the instrument? Look, actually if you consider this surface, the surface where it is given, this surface is not very much undulated. If the surface structure is something like this, I am showing, if the surface is something like this, now what happen is the height of instrument, that means the line of collimation passes through this line, right? So if the line of collimation goes inside the ground, you can't take the RL value, you can't determine the RL value at the higher positions. Okay, that means if you need to determine the RL of this particular point, suppose this is Z, what you need to do is you need to shift the instrument at a higher place. Suppose I am shifting this instrument at this station. Okay, so I am placing the instrument over here. Now I will take the backside reading from this new instrument station. Backside reading means what? That means we need to take the reading at a point where the RL value is already known. So from this instrument station I already determine the RL value of this particular point, right? That means where the last staff reading is placed. So I will take the backside reading from the same place where the foresight reading is taken, that means from this point TP. So what will be the value of the backside reading then? Very simple, the value of the backside reading will be nothing but the height of this height, that means I am removing some part. So the value of the backside reading from the new instrument station, that will be from this line of collimation to the base, right? So suppose that one is 15. Okay, so the backside reading, suppose you consider that one is 15, and the foresight reading initially that we got, that is 6. So the RL value at this point TP is 99, right? So similarly, if you consider this 99 same as this point, so this is also the backside reading. Now for this new instrument station, the backside reading is this one, right? So you just consider the same thing that we have considered initially. So initially we considered the benchmark, the RL of benchmark is 100. So for this point TP, it is also, you can say, a secondary benchmark. Okay, because we have already determined the RL value, that is 99. Now for this instrument station, what we need to do, we need to determine the height of instrument. So same case should be done here. Here how we determine the height of instrument? We just add the backside reading from the RL value of benchmark. So here the RL value of the TP is 99 and backside reading is 15. So HI will be 99 plus 15. Okay, so in this way we got the value height of instrument. Now there are readings are taken. Look, in the previous case O, A, these are intermediate sight reading, and the last one is the foresight reading. So we just need to determine only one single reading. So that will be the from this point here. So this reading will be the foresight reading because no other readings are taken. Okay. Now if the value is suppose 2 meters, so the height of instrument we already know, that is 99 plus 15, that is equals to 114 meter. Now if we need to determine the RL of this Z point, that will be how much? 114 minus 2. Likewise we have done in these cases, right? So 114 minus 2, that means 2 meters. Okay. So in this way we can determine any the RL value of several points by changing the instrument station. And why we need to change the instrument station, I already discussed. Okay, so this is very much important. So in this particular diagram you can see this is the intermediate sight reading that I already told. It is any other staff reading between BS and FS, that means the backside reading and foresight reading in the same setup of the instrument, that is called the intermediate sight reading. So here you can see this is the instrument station. So the first staff reading, this one is the BS. Now at this instrument station, which one is the last instrument last sight reading? This one is the last one, so that will be FS. Now between BS and FS others, these are the intermediate sight reading. Okay. Now here you can see that we have changed the instrument station at this particular point. Okay, so the height of collimation also changed. Here you can see the height of collimation also. So for this instrument station, this is the foresight reading and this is the backside reading, because it is the first initial sight reading that we have taken, and this is intermediate sight reading. And for this instrument station there is no intermediate sight readings are there. This one will be the backside and this one will be the foresight. Okay. So what is change point? Change point I already discussed. This is the point which indicates the shifting of the instrument, and here both foresight and backside reading are taken from two different settings. So from this setting, that means when the instrument station is at this particular point, so we have taken the foresight reading, right? But when the instrument station is at this particular location, then we have taken the backside reading. Similar case for here you can see this is the foresight reading if you consider this particular instrument station, and it will be a backside reading, that means from total height when we consider this instrument station. So in this way these 2 points are the change points, that means point D and point E. In this point you can see both backside reading and foresight readings are taken from two different settings. So some corrections which are to be applied at the time of leveling, what are they? First one is the curvature correction, and it is denoted by CC, and the value of that will be 0.0785 d square, and d is in kilometer. Okay.